Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. I would say happy Friday, but it is the day after the Indiana Fever got annihilated by the Phoenix Mercury. Oh man, just to be honest with y'all, I have so much that I want to talk about in this video, but I'm gonna try to do my best as I can to get to the main points. And I'm starting with the main point is Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham should she should be the priority of the offseason for the Indiana Fever. No doubt. She has showed up ever since she started in the starting lineup over Lexi Hall. She has hit buckets, crucial buckets, played solid defense. She's not the greatest defensive player, but she has played decent defense. And when they needed points for her, she gave them points. When she needed to run the show, she ran the show. There's been times that they won't pass it to her, but last night it goes to show. Well, I think Sophie had her high this year was 20 something point, 20 something, 22 points. She had 18 last night. She did suffer a little ankle injury, but she came back. She didn't start the third quarter, but Lexi started, and then Sophie came back in. But nevertheless, Sophie Cunningham did everything she could to put this team on her back. Nobody else showed up. Nobody else showed up. Then we had injuries. Sid Colston injured. Don't know the extent for her injury. Then you had Erin McDonald later on in I think third, fourth quarter, she got injured. She was in the boot after the game. So I will bring updates on that front later on today as it comes out because right now it's not looking good for the Indiana Fever. And it's guess what? Time is running out on the Indiana Fever. And if I was Caitlin Clark, I would not come back for the rest of the season. It just because the fact of the matter is Stephanie White is not putting this team in any great position to be effective. I said that on my stream last night. A lot of everybody agreed with me. This team is so disjointed because they just beat Phoenix a week ago. How in the world that you came back and you not now? Yeah, Phoenix wanted to take a lot of different things from this team, but still, you had opportunities. Aaliyah Boston, no show. Kelsey Mitchell, no show. Natasha Howard, no show. And I think Natasha Howard got hit in the head. Michaela Tipson came in, gave vital minutes, had 5 points. She missed an easy bucket. Free throw line was abysmal for the team. But everybody wants to play one-on-one too much on this team. And this is why this team is never going to win a championship and it's never going to go further because you don't have the right personnel to help this team out. It don't even matter if Caitlin Clark came back because this team is not going to go nowhere. The pressure will still be on her to do a lot because you look at Kelsey Mitchell. Every time she got the ball, she touched the ball. She shot, missed, shot, missed. She didn't play in the flow in the offense, didn't look for people. There was times where Sophie Cunningham was open. There was times even Lexi was open, but she couldn't still hit her shots. I don't even know what's going on with Lexi Hall right now. Her confidence is out. But I won't let y'all listen to Sophie Cunningham before I go in again.
With that left ankle, I think it was. Just how are you feeling with that? Obviously, you came back and seemed to be fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I think we faced some adversity with some injuries this game, but you know what? We're used to that. We've had that at the beginning of the year. This is just another hump that we're going to get over, and we're gonna be okay.
And obviously, Sydney went down with that
Yep.
injury in the first quarter. Just what was that like? Just kind of seeing that. How did that affect the rest of the game?
For sure. I mean, it sucks, right? You don't ever want to see anyone be injured on any team. I feel like there's been a lot of injuries this year in the W, harsh ones, I think. And it's just another one. And Sid is still the heartbeat of our team. She's going to be okay. Our team's going to be okay. And again, it's just another hurdle that we're going to have to get over.
Any other questions?
The thing about it is, if you look at her face, Look at Sophie Cunningham's face. It tells it all. She's disgusted, man. This team does not have no fight. She's the only one was out there playing with some kind of emotion last night. Her and Michaela Tipson. Then you have Chloe Bibby on the court. Well, before she even got on the court, she had what? She only played 9 minutes. 9 minutes on the floor. 9 minutes. A bench that gave you actually 32 points a week ago only gave you 10 points. No, 15 points. Only gave you 15 points. Demiris Dantas, 13 minutes. They was they was putting her in screening roles. I said it before. If you going to be a good team, you have to be fundamentally sound. These women ain't fundamentally sound because they all looking out for each other. And I can't say so much for Lexi, Sophie, Chloe. I even see it in Erin McDonald right now. She's like, it's like her and Kelsey Mitchell, all they do is dribble, dribble, dribble with their head down. And guess what? They don't look up. They don't pass. They don't move the ball. AB is not even getting no touches, no looks. Natasha Howard always getting the ball in her hand, dribbling the ball up and down the court. You're not a point guard. Get the rebound, kick it out to your guard, let your guard do the play. To me, I felt like from the first quarter, I knew this team was going to lose. I said it 2 games ago that the Indiana Fever was going to lose this game because that 5 game winning streak was an admiration. When it came down to playing a tougher team, they don't show up. They don't show up at all. All they do was pretty basically just play out of like a fish out of water. Natasha Howard had 7 points. She only had 18 minutes in the game. Aaliyah Boston, 4 points, 4 fouls. She does not know how to play without fouling. Offensive fouls, everything. Kelsey Mitchell had 8 points throughout the whole game until later in the fourth quarter, then she finally scored. But she was 4 for 17 from the field, 1 for 6 from the 3 point line. Sophie Cunningham was 5 for 8 from three, 6 from 9 from the field. Yeah, she had 4 turnovers. AB had 5 turnovers. Kelsey had 4 turnovers. But this goes back to what I've been saying before: is it's the front office. Now you really gonna have to find players to play on this team because you most likely gonna lose Sig Holson. You're most likely gonna lose Eric McDonald for a couple of weeks with her ankle being in the boot. Now you're gonna be down. I mean, we finally seen a Bree Turner sighting because guess what? We didn't have no bodies to put in the game. You was down 20 something points. You got beat by 35 points. 35 points you got beat last night. And then the bad thing about it, y'all allow Alyssa Thomas to rack stat pad for a triple double. Then you have Spider Monkey, DeWanna Bonner, out here talking trash to Lexi Hall. That's the only person she was talking trash to is Lexi Hall because she's mad because Lexi Hall took her starting position. But she didn't have no smoke for Sophie Cunningham. She didn't have no smoke for AB. She didn't have no smoke for nobody else on the team. But you single out Lexi Hall. The Indiana Fever are not a contenders. They not winning no championship. If they have to play Phoenix in the first round, they will get bounced out 4-0. I'm just being honest with y'all. If they play anybody, they're going to get bounced out 4-0. Me personally, if I was Caitlin Clark right now, I would evaluate not coming back this season. Really not coming back this season because this team is not going to go nowhere. It's just, and the bad thing about it is you have a coach that does not know how to find the mismatch. You don't know how to find a mismatch. There was mismatches in this game that you didn't even take advantage of. There was times that Leo Boston had mismatch. But guess what? You don't have nobody that could pass the ball. You don't have nobody that could pass the ball good to get the ball to her. They can't even make a simple outlet pass from the top of the key to the corner. You can't. You don't have no passers, really good passers. Phoenix was passing the ball, moving the ball around. LA was doing the same thing the game before. I said this yesterday, and I said it, I'm gonna say it again. If I was the Indiana Fever, if I was the GM for the Indiana Fever, I would have traded Eric McDonald for Aaliyah Edwards or package Dantas and Eric McDonald for Aaliyah Edwards. You would have had Aaliyah Edwards taking Danta's spot. You could have moved Chloe Bibby into Danta's spot. Then guess what you would have did? You would have had to still fill a void. I would have picked up one of the young guards that's out there on waivers to back up Lassie Coast and run the point for a while till the other guard catch up. Then you would have probably had another pick up another person that's another 3D person that could shoot off the bench and play defense. But they don't want to build a roster right. They don't want to add to the roster the way it's supposed to be. All they want to do is find pieces here in the puzzle and think Caitlin Clark's supposed to come back and save this team. You can't. Because when your teammates is not really enthusiastic about winning and they comfortable losing, that's a loser's mentality. That's a loser's mentality. Because you look at AB, she ain't the same. Kelsey Mitchell don't care because she's gonna do whatever she want to do, and Stephanie White don't even she don't even bench her on the court. There's too many erratic things with this team, and there's only certain players on this team that care, and then you can see the ones that really don't care about this team. They talk a good game, but they don't back it up. This team is fracturally broken, and then you got Lexi, Caitlin, Chloe, Sophie on this side, and you got the others on this side. I think I put AB in the middle because she floats between them. But you got others on the other side that really don't care about winning. They just out here just trying to run cardio and make themselves look good for the off season so they could get pay big money. I would not waste a dime on Kelsey Mitchell. I'm sorry. I would do whatever in the power to find me a shooting guard, a really good shooting guard that could pass and score and move them to the two, have a young team. I would not sign Kelsey Mitchell back at all. I don't even care. She does. You think about it. Sabrina Nescu, she struggles in games where she's not shooting well. But guess what she does? She does everything else. She passes the ball. She rebounds. She assists. Kelsey Mitchell can't do that. She's only one way. And why would you pay a person a max contract in the off season or core that person when she just could do only one thing? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I am over Kelsey Mitchell. I'm sorry, but I said it on my tweet on X last night. I'm over her. I mean, I like her as a person, but I I don't even want to see her on this team next year. Being honest with you, I do not want to see her on this team. The only people I want to see next year is KK, Chloe, Sophie, Lexi, Caitlin, and Leah. Everybody else could go. Everybody else could go. I'm over this team this year. I'm over Stephanie White as well. She just Native is allowed his team to play so freely, and our team cannot play freely. They have to play with restrictions. And this is why Stephanie White has not won a championship in her 10 years of coaching. This is why she couldn't get Connecticut over the hump. And you had the players that's over there in Phoenix playing really good. Well, anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Until my next video sometime today. Don't know when, but it will be. I will bring updates about the injury to Sid Colston and Eric McDonald. It's not looking good on the home front. And I'm sure that the Fever ain't gonna sign not gonna sign nobody, that they'll bring nobody in. What they're gonna do is limp all the way into Saturday's game against the Chicago Sky. Most likely probably lose that game too. But anyway, we'll talk about it. Until then, Livewire Sports Media, I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing. Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.